Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bible Study Minute. Today we're taking a look at Psalm 51. And Psalm 51 comes on the heels of David's sin with Bathsheba. And David receives word from Nathan that he is in sin. And what we see in Psalm 51 is his response to hearing that news. And what we see is ultimately David turns to the Lord and turns to him in repentance. And that's what this psalm is all about. We see David asking God to cleanse him from his sin, remove his guilt, and so many different ways that he describes his sin. And then we see him asking God to renew his spirit, renew his heart, to give him a cleansed heart that is sustained by God to want to do righteous things. And then what we see at the end of the psalm is that God is someone who wants humility and then not necessarily sacrifice, but someone who has a heart that is turning toward the Lord. And that's what David is asking for the Lord to give him, that kind of heart, so that his sin is removed from him, so that he can then go and sing the praises of God and share with others the great things that God has done. And this is really ultimately what the life of the Christian should look like. Whenever we sin, this is how quickly we should run to the Lord. And this is the prayer that we should be praying. We should be asking God to forgive us of our sin, to wash us from it, to give us a heart that runs toward righteousness and towards the things of God, and asking God to sustain us so that we can live that life. And then ultimately, we're asking God to help us share his good news, the gospel, with others. And ultimately, what we see here is, again, what the Christian life should look like, but it's also discipleship, because discipleship is both evangelism and helping people grow in the faith. And that's what this psalm is all about. It's first sharing the good news of what God has done in your own life so that others can experience that same heart change in their own lives as well, and then grow to live that life of repentance and growing in holiness towards God. So that's what I want to leave you with today as you take a look at the psalm. Look at David's heart towards God in repentance, and then be someone who runs to the Lord in the same way whenever you sin, and also be someone who wants to share the good news of what God has done in cleansing your heart with others. So that's all I have for now, and until next time, grace and peace.